Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Denise, and today I'm in the mood to do another little square abstract. This is a 9x9 piece of paper. I took a 9x12 piece of the Hahnemuhle cold press watercolor paper, and I just chopped off the end with my paper cutter. And then I just use these extra sheets for other art, for samples, for swatching, for whatever. I just have some spare watercolor pieces. I sit on the edge of my desk there. And I'm going to start with a color from a color palette from the Color Cube 265 from Color Cube of Volume 2. And I do link everything, all my favorites and stuff on my favorites page, so I'll give you a link to that page in the description. Way easier to update the page on my website than trying to keep links current here on YouTube. So check there if you're looking for something specific, or I have my Amazon shop where I try to link everything they've gotten off of Amazon. But yeah, I'm going to play in Masha's watercolors today because I want to. I loved how this other piece came out that we just painted, and it kind of got me in the mood to paint some more in this size. I've got some frames in my desk that are like about this size for a print, and eventually I'd like to replace the art that I have in them, because it's things I painted years ago, with some new art. So if I paint enough here on these videos, I might come up with a set of something that I want to replace at my desk. So in the Masha's colors, I've got Mars Violet, and I picked Peach for that second color there. Can look on here and see what those colors are, but I've got Mars Violet, and then I picked out Peach, and then I picked out Flame for that orange, and I picked out this Peony Bud for this purple, but that's not really the right color, but it's close. My goal with these is not to be exacty. I mean, really that magenta would be a better color. Let's swap that out. Let's see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that does not look like that's what that is, but yes, it is. Okay, let's do magenta for that kind of lavender color, or even that would probably be even better. Yeah, let's do that one. Ultraviolet. I thought I had a set up. Here we go. Ultramarine violet, and then I picked out Shadow Purple, which is this yummy color up here that's got some variations in it, which I love. And then for this one, I actually picked out Turquoise Violet for that last color. So I think I got pretty close in that color palette. So let's just see what we can get. And I'm just gonna prime these a little. They're so saturated that you don't really have to do that, but I do it anyway. Sometimes. And I just got a water. I've got my wonky brush, because for abstracts like this, I like this 1/2" oval wash by Princeton Neptune. Yeah, so I'm just kind of feeling. I kind of liked the symmetry of the one that we did, and at the same time, maybe we want some odd shapes this time. I don't know. So instead of putting our dots kind of in there like I did before, I'm gonna kind of maybe move these around and maybe get some other shapes this time. What do you think? Still kind of interested in like the concentric circle where we layer upon layer on the colors, because that seems to really gives us the most striking combinations when they kind of move and blend and do their thing. So I'm just following a thread of inspiration more than anything, and seeing where that gets us. Maybe some different shapes or whatever, I don't know. Just following some inspiration here more than anything. And maybe tapping in some other colors, and just maybe having like a surprise of something pop in with some of the other options that we could do. I don't know. Ooh, that was a brighter blue than I was thinking that was gonna do, but like I said in some other videos, if you do something and you're like, not what I expected, do it again so it's not a mistake. Put it in more than one place. Then it was on purpose. That flame, this kind of orangey, rusty kind of orangey color is one of my favorites in here. I love it. Ooh, and I love that kind of peachy color. Oh, I love all the different shades. I'm glad I got the bigger set from Masha's when I discovered that she had that larger set, because I love having all the extra colors to be able to do like color palette challenges without a lot of color mixing involved, just to play and just to let yourself kind of go where the inspiration leads us. Now I'm just kind of filling in and having some fun with some color here. I don't know where we're going with this, but gonna do some fun stuff hopefully when we get to the mark making. And I liked how on the other one I grabbed the color and we kind of edged it out. So I'm gonna do that again. Okay, that's super fun. I don't know if that's where I actually intended to end up today, but that's what I like about kind of the play that we're doing when we do stuff like this. Just seeing where we end up, like what can I paint today? And I think what I'm going to do then is we'll let this dry and just see like what did we end up with, and then do some mark making on top of this. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry and kind of do its thing, and I'll be right back. Alright, I think we're dry. And you know, we ended up, even though I wasn't going for as uniform as this one was, we kind of ended up kind of uniform, but I think it looks that way to me because we're within the confines that I've done. But kind of thinking, let's just go ahead and, oh, it's not 100% like dry. That's interesting. It's still kind of soft. Which once it dries, the paper goes flat again. So maybe I'll go ahead and just hit it with the heat gun and get that paper flatter and really not feeling like it's still drying. I mean, it's the paint's dry, but doesn't feel as crispy as it is when it's dry. And what I love about the paper, once it's dry, it just sinks back flat. I love that. Oh yeah, see? And now this is way more vivid as I put it on. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So just some yummy marks in here. With my NeoColor II pastels. Alright, yummy orange, I like that. And I'm kind of looking there at my color card just to kind of see. Ooh, I kind of like this color, like aubergine. Oh, that's the name of it, aubergine. I love it. So now I'm just looking around at all the different fun supplies that we've got. Look at this color. Oh, I think I like this color. And I'm still being inspired by my color palette, but you know what I do with color palettes, I don't get stuck on just those colors. I'll let the inspiration kind of take me where I want to go, where I'm inspired, after I kind of have an initial set of colors that I've narrowed it down to, but I don't let that stop me from following inspiration later. So purple Posca it is. Okay, I like that just a little bit. Let's see. I kind of want a pop of something also. Like, I don't know. Kind of wondering. Let's look around at all the options here. We've got markers. We've got temper sticks. Ooh, I do like graphite. For some reason, I just love a little bit of graphite in these pieces. This is my Blackwing, which is kind of like the 14B pit matte graphite. These are matte. The Blackwing are matte. So I'm going to use the Blackwing one. Yeah, and just kind of get me some very bold marks in here with the graphite. Definitely feeling some gold in this piece, so we'll be pulling the gold out. Did you doubt it? Sometimes I surprise you. I surprise you guys, and I don't use graphite, and then everybody makes a comment about they were yelling for some gold, or why didn't I do the gold, or could have used some gold. We do love a little bit of bling bling. And somebody else called me the magpie. I totally agree with that. I love all the shiny things. Okay, I like that. Kind of feeling like I want to do something else. What do I want to do? I haven't had any stencils out in a while. I mean, you might not know that with the videos, but took a little break for 2 weeks painting. And just kind of hadn't had all my stuff out in a little while. Took a little break. I like taking breaks. Let's use this. It's kind of like my Punchinella, but it's a stencil by Tim Holtz, bubble layering stencil, and it's a little bit less exacting and round than the Punchinella. And I kind of want it in a bright color. Like, I want it to be like, I don't know, what do I want? Kind of almost want that like hot pink, like opera pink, kind of hot pink. Do we want some hot pink in here? I mean, we got like this pink medium. This is the Blick matte paint that I like so much. Ooh, we might regret this. Oh no, this is when these are the times when I just go off in a direction to see what, like, if I'm just like, what about this? Just ride that idea. Ride it till you get there and you're like, ooh, might not have been a good idea. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Oh, see, not too bad. All right, it's a little more translucent than I expected, though. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but it's very, very translucent. I was kind of expecting more solid color there, but I do like that little design in there. Okay, haha, was not a bad choice. Maybe it was, but I don't think it was. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like, what am I feeling like? Maybe I want some gold. This could be the gold moment. Could go ahead and use my fine liner with the Kuretake gold mica paste. Just pipette it into this and get me some circles and shapes. I just shake it up and then use it. Stuff lasts forever in this bottle. It's been fantastic. See, I kind of want, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I do love a little bit of some yumminess. as I put my hand in the pink paint. If it is messy, and sitting beside my table, I'm gonna paint everything that I possibly can and then put my hand on my paper. Just know this is just a fact of my art table. And to make the fine liner really work and not be overwhelming in your piece is to hold it almost parallel here with the paper. So you have more control of the ink flow. If you're going more up and down, ink's gonna go everywhere. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that feels good. That, I'm almost wondering, like, a tiny thin line of gold around the edge. What do you think of that? Totally was inspired. Let's do it. Doesn't have to be, I'm not looking for perfect. I'm gonna look for like kind of a rough edge like that. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that, oh, such a good idea. Oh, tell me you don't love it. Don't tell me that. You better love it. Alright, let's just get the lid back on here. I'm getting old, I can't see. There we go. Yeah, this stuff does awesome in these bottles. I love it. You can get little fine areas. I feel like I need something else. Maybe we need a little pop of black, which I don't do very often, but I feel like I could use some kind of contrast in here. So, got the Blick matte paint, and that was pink medium if I didn't say the color. A little bit of black paint, and let me tell you what I'm feeling. I'm feeling little hashy marks, little hash marks. You know, I've got some of these that have, let's see. Let's see what I got. I put, ooh, see, I got this one with the hash marks. I feel like hash marks. Okay. So, let's see what that is. This is Stencil Girl S376 Shaw, S-H-A-W. And let's get us another ink blending brush. And then this one won't be translucent like that pink was. That pink was practically see-through, and it was not quite what I wanted. Okay, where do we want the, oh, you know what? Is the ink dry? The ink is not dry. Shoot. Let's dry the ink. The only thing about using it out of the bottle, it does take a second to dry. There we go. And you can do hash marks like this on your own. You take a Posca pen and go for it. I choose to do it this way because I like it. But you could definitely hash mark with a pen or a marker. Oh, see, okay, that was what we needed. We needed that pop of contrast. Got extra paint in there, but I don't even care. I love it. Do I want some more of that? Do we like that little bit? Kind of thinking that I want a tiny bit down here. That's why I went ahead and dried that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. One of my favorite stencils is that one. But you can go in there with a black marker or a paintbrush, your choice. Okay, so now I'm looking at it thinking, anything else or am I there? Feel like now we could go back in with a few white dots and then I might be there. Kind of feeding into the school of a little bit of black, a little bit of white on every piece that sometimes the pieces need, and sometimes I completely ignore that rule. Know the rules so that you can break the rules, basically. It's my philosophy there. Okay, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm there. Ha-ha! And then I might, let's go ahead and peel the tape. And then I might deckle the edge because I liked it so much on that other piece. And I might not. I mean, just kind of up for what you're feeling inspired to do. Let me tell you, one of my favorite bits about this piece already is the little bit of gold edging that I did. That was a good choice. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, look at that. And that shine that's kind of in there, just some different marks. Okay, that's pretty lovely. I am filling the deckled edge. So let's go ahead and get out the rip ruler and go ahead and rip an edge. And you can do it with a regular ruler. You can do it with whatever ruler you've got. I like the dual edge ripper. I do link this in my Amazon store. So if you want this one, I like the edge that's a little smoother. This is the original one that's got a little bit smoother edge and a rougher edge, and I'm gonna pull it to the edge because that way my finger can grab the paper. And I just kind of eyeball it so it's mostly even there along the side, and then just tear towards the ruler there. And then if you have a spot that's like too much paper, like right there I've got extra, I just tear it down. Just grab it and tear it down. Kind of fixes that for us. Yeah, I've got some metal edge rippers. I've got straight rulers. I've done this before with, but over the long term, this has been my very favorite method for deckled edges and ripping the paper in a consistent, lovely way. It's my favorite ruler. And I've had this like 5 or 6 years. It just keeps on going. And then a piece right there I'm gonna just tear down to kind of bring it in line. And look at that, look at that. Okay, and then we can kind of look all around and see what way do we like it the best. I like it this way, I think. All right. Oh, good paint day, good paint day. All right, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.